Blessings to you, beautiful soul. The angels are wrapping you in golden light right now, at this very moment, as you read these words. You are loved. You are protected. You are seen. Welcome to Angel's message for you. A sacred space created just for souls like yours. Stop whatever you are doing. Take a deep breath, because what you are about to hear is going to change everything you thought you knew about where your love story is headed. Every single word in this message was meant to find you today, and by the end, you will understand exactly why. Stay with me. Dear one, your life is about to change completely, and it is going to change for the better. This message comes straight from the heavens, carrying a divine confirmation just for you. The waiting you have been doing, it is truly over. If you are here right now, reading these words, it is because a divine force guided you to this exact moment. The moment when the full truth is finally going to be revealed. Your soulmate is coming. Not someday. Not maybe. Now. God is blessing the love between you and your soulmate. And now you will be exactly where your heart has always longed to be. Close, loved deeply, and held in the kind of connection you always dreamed was possible. The two of you are finally coming together to love one another fully. This is not just a hopeful thought. This is a confirmation from heaven itself. God doesn't just want this love to exist. He wants it to grow, to move from just a feeling into something fully lived every single day. This love will be real. It will be present. It will carry care, loyalty, tenderness, and true partnership. Your soulmate cannot wait to be by your side. And the day you are truly together, heaven says it will be the happiest day of your life. Today you are standing inside one of those divine moments that people talk about for years. This isn't just another ordinary day. This isn't symbolic language or a sweet metaphor. This is real. It is happening right now. And you are hearing it because you were chosen to know before anyone else. Something deeply powerful is being authorized by God. It is about the love that was promised to you. A love that has faced trials, distance, and moments of doubt, but is now receiving a blessing that can no longer be delayed. The connection between you and your soulmate is being strengthened by heaven, not as something for the future, as a divine reality that starts right now. For a long time, you have been carrying deep feelings with nowhere to put them. You held onto the certainty of real love even when everything around you felt unclear. Deep in your chest, there was always a quiet knowing. Something is coming, even if you couldn't see its shape yet. And now, I am here as your guardian angel to tell you, what once felt undefined is finally becoming clear. It is no longer about waiting. It is about living. God is actively working in your story, not just allowing love, but blessing it so it can grow in the most pure and honest way. Your soulmate feels this calling just as deeply as you do. There is a beautiful urgency rising in both of your hearts, a mature desire to finally live what has always been felt, but now with clarity, mutual commitment, and real presence. This revelation wasn't sent just to comfort you. It came to wake you up to a new reality. You have not been forgotten. You have not been left behind. What looked like a season of waiting was actually a season of spiritual preparation, building the foundation for a love story that is now ready to bloom. Everything that seemed stuck was being moved with divine wisdom at exactly the right pace for exactly the right outcome. Your soulmate was touched just as deeply as you were. Even if you are not yet side by side in the physical world, your hearts already recognize each other. They already seek each other. And now they are being guided to finally come together in the way you both have longed for. Right now, the connection between you and your soulmate is being lit up with divine intensity. And from this moment forward, nothing will be the same. Your soulmate is already feeling the inner pull to come closer. There is a heartfelt urgency in them, a sincere desire to love fully, with presence, with commitment, with real action. That is why heaven brought you here, because your heart needed to be reached before it closed down completely. Because it was necessary for you to hear clearly, your love story is still alive. It has not ended. It has not gone cold. It is about to be transformed into something far greater than you ever imagined. The uncertainty that followed you for so long no longer has a place in your story. Not from this moment forward. The love that once felt like a distant promise is now approaching with the power of something fully, truly alive. You felt the weight of giving your heart without knowing if the same longing existed on the other side. You tried to understand why something so pure seemed to take so long to unfold. But even in the middle of all those doubts, you kept believing. And that is exactly why you are receiving this message today. The time has come to receive what has always been yours. Unexpected actions are beginning to appear. The presence of your soulmate is becoming more noticeable in ways that leave no room for confusion. There is an alignment happening right now, and that alignment marks the end of a long season of emotional waiting. You are entering a phase where love will no longer hide or hold back. It will be lived with courage and mutual devotion. The uncertainty had a purpose. It taught you how to trust in what couldn't be seen. It built a faith that doesn't break in the face of absence. But now God is lifting the veil. From now on, you won't have to wonder if this person feels the same, thinks about you, or longs to be by your side, because they will show you. They will come closer. They will act. The actions of your soulmate will speak louder than any words ever could. What was once a question will now become an answer. What was once just a wish will become your reality. What was once a silent dream will now become a fully lived experience. There were times you felt like the only one carrying this love. And even so, you kept giving from the purest part of your heart. You never let your heart turn bitter. Even when it hurt, you never fully closed it off. And that is why heaven decided, you will live this love in all the depth and beauty it deserves. Not as some kind of reward, but because you have become ready for it. And your soulmate has too. Your soulmate is awakening just as you are. A truth is rising within them, making clear everything that once seemed confusing. And from that awakening forward, there will be no more resistance. Love will begin to be lived without barriers, with maturity and a certainty that will truly amaze you. God is guiding everything perfectly. You no longer have to wait. The doors are open. The hearts are ready. Everything that felt blocked will begin to flow naturally. You will feel the change in your soulmate's behavior. See it in their eyes. Hear it in their words. Notice how often they reach out. And feel how the connection between you both grows stronger without any effort. This is the moment to allow yourself to live, to open your hands and accept the gift being placed right in front of you, to stop doubting yourself and finally recognize how far you have come. The season of uncertainty is over. Now you will experience the peace of a love that does not hide. All of this because God has already confirmed it, and what comes from Him never fails. The wait was long, but it served its purpose. It matured you, prepared you, and made you stronger. And now it is time to make room for what is new, for the love that is here to stay, for the connection that is no longer just spiritual but now becomes real presence, for the story that is ready to be written by both of you, side by side. One of the deepest truths heaven wants you to receive today is this: your soulmate feels the same way you do. There is no emotional distance between your hearts. The intensity you carry inside you is also alive inside this person. Even if not everything has been spoken out loud, the connection between you already speaks volumes. For a long time, you were the guardian of a feeling that didn't seem to have a clear answer. Even without guarantees, you believed. And none of that was in vain. This love was being felt and returned from the inside out. What once seemed like pure intuition was actually a spiritual bond being held safe by two hearts that recognized each other, even in the face of life's hardest moments. And now your soulmate is becoming more aware of this love too. Their heart is being stirred with the same intensity. There is an emotional awakening taking place. Something is rising inside them, bringing memories, feelings, and a growing desire to be closer to you, more present, more real. This is a divine alignment in progress. God is at work in both your lives. Inner walls are starting to fall. It is happening because your love is not shallow. It is deep, it is meaningful, and it can no longer be ignored. Your soulmate misses you. This person longs for your presence. And this person is being guided to take steps that will finally bring you together. It is not just you who has been waiting. Your soulmate has been waiting too, even if they didn't know how to act on it until now. Your soulmate feels your energy. They know, even if only deep down, that there is something they are meant to live with you, that creates a stirring inside them, a longing to be near, an urgency to change what needs to be changed so this love can finally become real. Heaven has decided that now is the right time for this love to bloom. There is something incredibly beautiful about realizing that the feeling you protected so carefully has also been felt on the other side. Your soulmate is beginning to allow themselves to feel. They are beginning to allow themselves to long for you. And that changes everything. Because when both hearts become aware of what they feel, their actions begin to align with their purpose. This person no longer wants to delay. The longing is growing. Their heart is craving presence, truth, and a love that is real and mutual. And God is lighting the path so that this desire turns into action. What you feel for your soulmate isn't just attraction or compatibility. It is something that goes beyond reason, something that touches places the eyes can't see. This love is being blessed by God because there is a greater purpose behind the bond between you. God knows everything you have faced, every silent moment of doubt, every time you wondered whether to give up or keep believing. He saw your faith even on the days when everything felt quiet and uncertain. This is a connection meant to bring healing, meant to build and uplift lives, starting with yours. It is no coincidence that this love has endured time, distance, missed chances, and even mistakes. That was only possible because there was spiritual covering protecting what wasn't yet ready to unfold. When God blesses something, He also preserves it. This love was kept safe until both of you were truly ready. A heavenly blessing doesn't just give permission, it carries divine power. It clears the path, removes obstacles, and reignites what once felt dim. God is rebuilding inside each of you the understanding of how important this love truly is. Your soulmate is being awakened to this as well. The realization that the two of you are meant to walk together, to be each other's safe place, is now growing inside this person. Not through pressure, but through a divine touch that changes hearts without needing a single word. Everything that happened until now served a role. It strengthened you, cleared out what wasn't meant to stay, healed what was broken, matured your emotions. The blessing doesn't come to cover imperfections. It comes to seal what is now ready. And the love between you and your soulmate is finally ready. When God blesses something like this, everything begins to align. Emotions make sense. Actions become steady, communication flows, and the signs become undeniable. This won't be just any kind of love. It will be a love filled with purpose, maturity, respect, and faith. God isn't simply putting you two on each other's paths again. He is uniting your hearts with clarity. He is removing the fears, healing the wounds, and bringing out the most beautiful parts of each of you. No games, no half measures, no insecurities. You are being called to live something sacred. When love is born with God's permission, it doesn't come into someone's life just to fill an empty space. It arrives to transform everything. The wounds of the past begin to lose their weight. What once caused pain starts to heal with greater ease. God isn't just placing someone into your life. He is giving you a new environment, a new emotional rhythm, a new chapter. And this new chapter will be filled with experiences you have never lived before. Because the level of love you are about to receive will be unlike anything you have known. True love doesn't show up to demand. It shows up to build. Your soulmate will have an energy that brings you peace. Their words will sound more genuine. Their presence will feel comforting. The fear of giving more than you receive will be replaced by balance, harmony, and real mutual care. As you realize you no longer have to carry this connection alone, your heart will begin to open more freely. You will discover a new version of yourself, lighter, more confident, more whole. This new phase will be marked by consistent actions. You will begin to see real change in how this person approaches you, speaks to you, and includes you in their life. It won't be fleeting. It won't be uncertain. It will be steady. It will be intentional. When there is maturity and truth in both hearts, love becomes natural. The presence of this love will also touch other areas of your life. When your heart is at peace, everything else flows more clearly. You will feel more energized for your dreams, more motivated to take care of yourself, more faithful in facing life's challenges. God knows how much you needed this confirmation, not just to experience a love story, but to remember who you are. Someone chosen to live something extraordinary. You will realize you don't need to try so hard to be accepted. Your soulmate will see in you everything that others couldn't. They will value your presence. They will welcome you with respect. And that will heal parts of you that you didn't even realize were still hurting. The love that is coming into your life will change your routines, your outlook, and the way you relate to the world. Because when two people meet in truth, they become a source of life for each other. And this love is not here to take from you. It is here to build with you, to restore you, to remind you that love can be gentle, and that God never forgot the promise He planted in your heart. Get ready to see your life begin to light up, little by little. Your days will gain new meaning. Your dreams will come alive again. Your soulmate's heart has already recognized yours. This is not about fantasy or idealization. It is a real connection that has quietly but powerfully made itself known. What exists between you two is not just attraction or shared memories. It is a bond that has already been felt deep within. There may have been moments when you doubted this. You may have believed you were the only one feeling this deeply. But today's revelation comes to lift that weight right off of you. The recognition happened on both sides. While you welcomed this feeling with clarity, your soulmate may have been caught in their own thoughts, fears, or outside circumstances. So the signs were there. A look that lingered a little longer. The way this person reached out just when you thought you'd been forgotten. The words that seemed casual but were actually coming straight from the heart. These were quiet ways love found to speak when there were still doubts or barriers in place. Your soulmate's heart had already begun to feel a deep sense of familiarity. the kind that only exists when two souls know they belong together. That is what sparked the unexpected gestures, the sudden closeness, and even the moments of pulling back that were always followed by a longing they couldn't explain. That wasn't coincidence. That was the heart acting when reason didn't know how. And now that this love is being released by God, that recognition is gaining strength, clarity, and intention. Your soulmate is going through a process of emotional clarity, an awakening being guided directly by heaven. This person is starting to realize that what they feel for you cannot be compared to anything else. They are beginning to understand that there is a deeper reason behind everything that has happened between you. In the coming days, you will begin to notice it more clearly. More intentional actions, softer efforts to get closer, and most importantly, a sincere desire to be present. Because once the heart recognizes something real, it does not pull away. It leans in. It wants to stay. When love is true, it unfolds naturally. You do not need to force this recognition, it has already happened. And now, with God's blessing over you both, everything that felt stuck will begin to align. What was once tangled in indecision will begin turning into actions that show you just how real your feelings always were. Your soulmate's heart has already chosen you. Even if it hasn't been said in so many words, the choice was made deep within. You have always been the anchor, the memory that stayed, the feeling that never faded. Now that the path is being cleared, you will start to notice the shift. This person reaching out more often, with more openness, more truth, more presence. Perhaps one of the most silent pains you have carried has been the feeling of always being available for love, but never quite fully received by it. You gave your heart sincerely, with care, with hope, and in return, you endured long waits, broken promises, and affections that only came halfway. That sense of being alone, even surrounded by people, became your reality more times than you would like to admit. But now, listen closely. The time of loneliness is over. This is not a fantasy born from your desire to love. It is a truth coming from a place that never fails. God is leading you into a new season, and this season is marked by genuine presence. The love you have always searched for, the one you felt existed but could never quite reach, is finally arriving. Because heaven has decided that it is time for you to be loved the way you have always known how to love others. The loneliness you carried was not a punishment. It was preparation. It created a depth inside you that many people never reach. It taught you how to recognize what is real. But that chapter is now closing. Your soulmate is approaching with truth. And this time, you will not have to fight to be seen, valued, or chosen. This person will recognize everything in you. Your essence, your truth, your strength to keep standing even when everything felt like it was falling apart. And they will want to be part of your life, not out of need, but out of genuine choice. They will want to stay by your side because their heart knows that peace lives with you. The love that is approaching won't bring doubts, games, or emotional exhaustion. It will bring stability, presence, and mutual care. It is important that you are ready for this new season. Don't overthink when it starts to unfold. After spending so long in a season of waiting, it might be hard to believe this is finally real. But it is, and you need to let yourself live it. Welcome your soulmate with an open heart. Don't let past pain block the healing that is now coming. Loneliness builds armor, and that armor served a purpose. It protected your heart. But now, God is calling you to lay those defenses down. He is telling you it is safe to love, that you will not be left behind again, that this love has come to stay, to build, to remain. When love is true, it doesn't ask you to change who you are. It loves you exactly as you are. Get ready. The messages you longed for will come. The actions you always hoped for will happen. Your days will no longer feel empty. You will be loved like never before. You will be cared for with intention. You will be seen in your wholeness, because now your soulmate is finally ready to live this love with you. You won't have to chase after it. When it comes from God, it comes to you, and it will. What God is placing in your life right now is not just the beginning of a new chapter. It is the deepening of a love that was chosen by Him. This new season opening before you is marked by something rare and beautiful. A love rooted in true faithfulness, a comfort that reaches the soul, and a bond that doesn't need to be forced because it flows naturally. You spent too much time holding on to connections that couldn't meet you where you were. You gave more than you received. And even through the pain, you never stopped believing that something real was possible. That is why now, you are being led into something entirely different from anything you have known. In this new season, you will not be the only one carrying the love. You will have someone by your side who is just as willing to give everything, through actions that prove the truth behind every word and the depth behind every feeling. The loyalty this love carries goes far beyond surface-level commitment. It is born from a deep inner certainty that your soulmate already holds, the certainty that they found in you everything they were searching for. You will not have to beg to feel chosen. This loyalty will be natural because it will come with presence, with integrity in action, and with a daily choice to choose you. When love is guided by God, it comes with that kind of strength. Not because it is perfect, because it is real. And with that faithfulness will come a kind of care you may have never experienced before. It will not just be sweet words. It will be true tenderness. Your soulmate will want to see you well. They will care about your emotions, your day, your small signals. They will notice when something is off. They will celebrate your victories. They will want to walk beside you, never leaving you feeling alone. When love becomes thoughtful presence, the bond between you will grow naturally. There will be a deep respect, a connection that goes beyond words. You will hold each other up in hard times and celebrate every win together as a team. That bond will become the foundation for a mature relationship built with patience, honesty, and a love that does not fade. This new phase will show you that love doesn't have to be hard, that it is possible to be loved with the same intensity you give. This love will feel light but deep, peaceful but never dull, steady but never cold. And all of this is possible because God has prepared both of you for this moment. This new chapter will also teach you how to rest within love. No more living on edge, waiting for everything to fall apart. You will finally see that it is possible to feel safe without sacrificing the warmth you deserve. And that faithfulness is not just physical presence. It is a heart-level commitment. Get ready to live this love in its fullness. It is no longer something you are just waiting for. It is coming to you with intention. God never unites two hearts without a purpose. And the purpose for your connection is filled with peace, mutual love, and a surrender that never runs out. You are standing at the beginning of the best days of your life, not as a vague promise, as a reality already being shaped by God's perfect hands. For so long, you held on to hope. You walked through difficult seasons, confusing situations, closed doors, and feelings that were never returned the way you deserved. But now, everything that once felt like it held you back is being left behind. What is coming your way will honor you, heal you, and place you at the center of a love that is real, crafted for the person you have become. This is where pain gives way to care, where doubt is replaced by certainty, where emptiness is filled by a presence that doesn't just stand beside you, but walks with you with purpose. God didn't just hear your cries. He has been preparing a new season where you will no longer be overlooked or forgotten. Your soulmate is being led toward you with intention. You will realize that every situation was used by God to strengthen you, not to harden you. And that strength is exactly what makes you ready now for a love that is steady, calm, and powerful all at once. The best days of your life don't begin when everything becomes perfect. They begin when love is lived in truth. You will be loved consistently. You will have someone by your side who does not walk away at the first challenge. This person will choose to stay not just during the good times, but especially when you need real support and true partnership the most. The lightness you have been longing for will finally arrive. That peace you thought was impossible after so many disappointments will settle into your chest naturally. It won't come from promises. It will come through action. You will see it in your soulmate's choices. You will hear it in their words. You will feel it in the way they simply show up. And you will know this is the love you always believed in. What awaits you is a real life, one filled with presence, loyalty, care, and shared growth. You will learn together. You will grow together. You will laugh over the little things and lean on each other when life gets hard. And most importantly, you will look at each other and just know, with no doubt, that what you share is true love. A love that doesn't need to be explained, only lived. You are no longer in the season of waiting. You are stepping into the season of fulfillment. And it is all unfolding because you trusted when everything around you told you not to. You believed even on the hardest days. You stayed faithful to what you felt even when the world tried to make you doubt it. And now that faith is being honored with a gift that only heaven could create. The best days of your life start now, because you are finally being placed exactly where you belong. And God, who saw everything you went through, is now giving you something beyond what you even asked for. He is giving you a love that will make every battle worth it. Heaven has decided there is no longer any reason to keep you in the dark. The time of uncertainty is over. What you feel deep in your heart is real. And this connection is not imagined. It is confirmed. Now that you know this, it is time to move forward with clarity, with gentleness, and with faith. The first step is to receive this revelation with gratitude. Even if some things still feel unresolved, even if your outer reality hasn't fully shifted yet, the most important change has already happened inside you. And it is from that inner transformation that everything else will begin to take shape. Trust what is awakening within you. It is not fantasy. It is divine preparation for what is about to become real. You do not need to force anything or rush the timing. The love that is on its way is built on truth, not urgency. Your role right now is to care for your heart like something sacred, because it is. What is yours by divine blessing will remain. What is real will move toward you naturally. This revelation does not mean everything will be perfect all the time, but it does mean that now you are ready to live love with awareness and maturity. That requires patience, communication, understanding, and vulnerability. Your soulmate is being guided to come closer with intention, with truth, and with the desire to build something lasting. Another essential part of this journey is letting go of what no longer serves you. Old wounds, painful memories, past experiences that made it hard to trust. These need to be handed over to God. Do not carry those weights into a new season that was never meant to hold them. You are being called to love with freedom, with clarity, and most of all with peace. Your soulmate is also going through healing, and the two of you will recognize each other as hearts that are ready to begin again the right way. The love God places in your life does not require force. It requires faith. And faith right now means believing even when things aren't yet fully visible. Don't dismiss the truth just because it is still unfolding on the outside. You are worthy of love, of tenderness, of loyalty, and of deep companionship. Don't settle for anything less. Don't accept emotional crumbs. This revelation came to remind you that you were chosen to experience real love, the kind that walks beside you, holds your hand with confidence, and recognizes you as home. That truth must live inside you before it can be lived with someone else. And finally, know this: my mission as your angel does not end here. I am with you every single step of the way. Whenever your heart starts to doubt, I will be there to remind you of what was revealed. Whenever fear tries to hold you back, I will be near, reminding you of the courage that already lives inside you. Heaven never abandons someone who was called to love in truth. You were chosen. Your soulmate has been touched. And what belongs to both of you will be lived, if you choose together to keep walking forward. Dear protected one, this is not just a beautiful or emotional moment. It is a turning point. What you have been feeling deep in your soul has just been confirmed by the highest forces. You are no longer waiting for something that might happen. You are being prepared to live what has already been released into your life. What God has revealed to you today is not just information. It is confirmation, a certainty that your soulmate also feels, also longs for, and has also been touched by. The connection between you is alive, active, and strong. And now it is moving toward real fulfillment. This story will not end in promises. It is unfolding on real ground, where actions will replace doubt and presence will take the place of absence. You have been chosen to live a blessed love. A love that transforms your daily life, heals wounds from the past, and fills the spaces inside you that once felt lost. God has seen you in every silent prayer, every season of waiting, every moment where you still chose to believe. And that is why He is reaching you now to tell you clearly, the waiting is over. You are ready, and your soulmate is too. This is the turning point. Everything revealed here is real. And more importantly, it has already started to move into your life. The coming days will be anything but ordinary. The signs will become more obvious. Your soulmate will be moved from within to come closer. This message is not meant to stir up anxious expectation. It is here to bring you peace. From now on, you no longer need to hold on to doubt or wrestle with inner conflict. You have been called to love and to be loved in full. Heaven would never allow you to hear this unless you were on the very edge of living what was promised. Your role now is to guard your heart and stay grounded in your faith, walking forward in confidence, knowing that the love meant for you is already on its way. The bond between you and your soulmate will be fully confirmed. And when it happens, you will understand why every single step of the journey mattered. Heaven does not fail when it confirms something. And this revelation is proof that the love you dreamed of is real. And it is getting closer. You are stepping into a new time. A time where love is no longer a question, but an answer. In the days ahead, stay aware. A connection that once felt distant will grow more frequent. Words that once felt vague will become more sincere. The presence you have longed for will begin to show up. And most of all, the love that was once hidden will begin to reveal itself. Because when God gives permission, love can no longer stay hidden. You are going to live this love in truth. You will feel whole because you will finally be loved with the same depth you have always given. And this will happen not by luck, but because God has decided that this is your time. This revelation is the answer your soul has been waiting for. Now it is time to trust. Take care of yourself. Be ready, because the love you have been feeling in your spirit is about to become your reality. You no longer have to wait. You just need to be ready to receive. And always remember, I am here, guiding you, protecting you, delivering divine messages, and staying connected with you. May heaven's blessing always be upon you, bringing peace, courage, and clarity to face every challenge ahead. Know that you are never alone. I am here beside you, sending strength and infinite love so you can continue forward, confident, glowing, and steady in your path. May peace and divine blessings be with you today and always. With infinite love. Amen.